Here's a product I use. I recommend it, but there are other good products like it called Brain Tap, where not only do you listen to some binaural music that entrains you, changes your feeling, it also uses different lights. Your eyes are closed, but lights to reprogram your brain. But there are other products like it. It's the one I use, but there are definitely others you can use too. One of my heroes in this area is called Dr. Joe Dispenza. His focus is stress management and breath work. He basically cured his own damage after a car crash, not able to walk. He can walk now through the power of breath work, and his story is amazing. I don't have time to get into his whole story, but he holds retreats that are just incredible. He works on measuring people's brain activity and their heart and how they're connected. Here's a code for Dr. Joe Dispenza. Take a picture of this if you're interested, because I'm not allowed to put this on my website, drjosh.com. But this is huge, 20% off of him. Yeah, take a picture of this. Yeah, Sandra says he's amazing. He is. I'm not allowed to put this code on my website. So that's why this is definitely a treat for anyone who can take a picture of this today. I'll give you 5 more seconds to take a picture of this. All right, let's go on. Oh, someone's asking, where can you order the Brain Tap? You can reach out to me through my website, drjosh.com, and I'll hook you up. Okay. Sleep, we could talk for hours about sleep. Sleep is important. Sleep can be helped with by increasing your levels of serotonin and 5-HTP. All right. Optimism. It turns out that optimism is associated with longevity and vice versa. I am optimistic about the longevity field just because the advances in the last couple of years is taking off exponentially. And also, the studies show people who are optimistic about the future live longer. What a surprise, right? Exposure to sunlight is also good. Agreed. I mentioned nitric oxide. Why is nitric oxide an anti-aging longevity gas? It's basically a nitrogen and oxygen atom stuck together. Why is this important? Because it opens up blood vessels. Nitric oxide is actually a hormone. It can have effects throughout the body. It opens up blood vessels. Here's the problem. As we get older, our nitric oxide levels go down. And by taking nitric oxide supplements, you can cause your levels to go back up. Where do you get nitric oxide from? My favorite place is green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables. Chew, because there's one pathway for nitric oxide production in the mouth, and there's another in the gut. Here's the problem or the issue. That nitric oxide you produce only lasts for 4 hours. So that's why Dr. Esselstyn recommends eating 6 times a day, green leafies. Here's another strategy you can add. I'm a big fan of this supplement called Cardio Miracle. I've been taking it for 6 years. I first learned about it when I was in Hippocrates. I was the medical director there. This will open up your blood vessels. It's a powder you mix with water. It'll open up your blood vessels. Dr. Josh is a discount code, but I use this. It's real. I take 3 scoops a day. The beautiful thing about this is designed to have a half-life to last for 24 to 36 hours. Whereas when you eat green leafies, it only lasts for 4 hours. And I don't know about you, but I'm not waking up at midnight to eat my leafy greens. But that might be you. All right, here's another supplement I recently found that's important. is called Endocalex Pro. It turns out for most people in society, the Glycocalyx, which frankly most doctors haven't even heard about, the Glycocalyx buffers 2/3 of our capillaries and lymphatics. It buffers it. It protects it from shearing stresses. It protects it from us from getting heart disease because the walls of our arteries break down at the Glycocalyx. It protects it. So you want to look at this supplement called Endocalex Pro. The other exciting thing is there's a new technology, and I've had it done on myself, where you put this laser probe in your mouth and you measure the health of your capillaries. And when I did this a few months ago, my numbers were good, but they weren't perfect. And that's why I started on this supplement. So that's why I find it so exciting, because with this device, it's called GlycoCheck. You can actually put it in your mouth and you can see on the screen, you can see your own capillaries and how healthy they are or not. Yeah. All right. The Glycocalyx, you want basically smooth and slick because you're as healthy as your blood vessels. This was a British physician from 400, 500 years ago called Sydenham. He said, you're as healthy as your blood vessels. He was right. You want to keep the blood flowing optimally throughout your whole body. Here's another concept. NAC, N-acetylcysteine, is a supplement that leads to the production of glutathione. Glutathione is 3 amino acids that is a master detoxifier. And I think one of the important concepts here is that we live in a very different environment than our ancestors did thousands of years ago, because over the last 100 years or 200 years, we have all these new man-made chemicals that we're exposed to that our body needs help getting rid of, detoxifying. Glutathione is a master detoxifier. NAC can help you get there. And I don't want you taking super high doses of NAC. 600 milligrams a day should be plenty. NAC, N-acetylcysteine. All right, then the whole concept. David is asking, why don't I just take glutathione directly? I'm okay with you taking glutathione directly. The problem is it may not get absorbed. In one of the clinics I work in, I give glutathione intravenously. I know it's going to get absorbed into your system. If you are going to take oral glutathione, make sure it's lipophilic, meaning surrounded in fat, so it can get absorbed. Because if you just go to CVS or buy on Amazon a typical inexpensive a typical inexpensive glutathione supplement, it's 3 amino acids. It's not going to get absorbed as those 3 amino acids can get broken down. So if you are going to get glutathione, I support that, get lipophilic. And then the whole concept of light or photonic energy is huge. Light, it turns out, strengthens mitochondria. It increases the coherence between the heart and the brain. We all get natural light energy from going outside in sunshine. The cool thing is there are now, you can get the same type of energy through something called the Photon Healing Room that I'm involved with, photonhealingroom.com. But you don't have to go necessarily to that. There's infrared energy, infrared saunas. Seek it out. I don't care what form you go, but get out in the sun or use technologies like this. And there's a comment I see here that I'm going to address. And they mentioned Dr. Pam Popper, who I respect, doesn't recommend most supplements, and we get enough with healthy foods and lifestyle. And what I'm saying is I disagree with that, even though I respect her. I disagree, and that's why I'm talking about supplements, because I've seen the data on humans and other animals. If you can increase your nitric oxide and NMN levels, NAD levels, you're going to live longer. Your biologic clock is going to reverse. But you know what? You'll be able to measure it. Okay. Brand new product, service, using light, using your camera on your computer or your phone to measure your vital signs, cholesterol level, glucose level, mineral level. This is a Taiwanese company, is exploding. And I pushed them a couple months ago. I want to be able to measure my biologic age just with the camera. They've almost got that implemented. If you want, take a picture of this, you'll get a 20% discount. And you might say, how in the world can I measure your oxygen level just with a camera? Well, it's no different than if you're familiar with a pulse ox machine where you put your finger in the device and it measures the changes in the oxygen level to measure your heart rate. It's the same type of technology, but instead of using your finger, it's using the face around your eyes. And this is going to be revolutionary. And you heard about it here first today. All right. Here's another supplement that I take that I recommend. It's 15 carbon, called pentadecanoic acid. It binds to nuclear receptors to optimize your metabolism and immunity, increases your metabolic rate, decreases fat storage. It's called Fatty 15. You can get 20% off on drjosh.com. That's my website. You can find lots of endorsements there. I mentioned Cardio Miracle, Qualia, Senolytic, NEC, Endocalex Pro, MetaPower, Photon Healing, Fatty 15.